Hi everyone, this is Key. This how-to video is going to focus on how to write an effective internet marketing bio. In fact, there is a methodology, there's a system that if you follow properly, you will end up with a proper internet marketing bio. The kind where if people Google you, they will find you easily and will know exactly what you do, where you do it, your experience, your expertise. The problem is we have an industry where a lot of agents overlook this. Um, their mind is not focused on it. So today, with this video, I'm going to help you put one together and give you a methodology, a system to put it together. My name is Key. I'm an internet strategist. I'm focused primarily on training agents on the systems of success using web services, internet services, SEO, and anything that has to do with social media and what's called search visibility. Uh, Most of you know who I am. I already do training with my colleague. His name is Kevin Ahern. We do the program called iFastTrack. But this video is not about me, so let's move on to the core of it. A good friend of mine, Mr. McKinnon, Bob McKinnon to be exact, he and I have been talking, and he knows that in my 72-hour program, I spend about 2-3 hours focusing on what is an internet marketing bio and how does an agent go about putting one together and make it effective. So I'm going to be addressing that in just this video. As he and I were talking about is a lot of agents, many of them want to do it, but no one gives them a recipe or the ingredients of putting it in the right sequence. The second thing is, the challenge that we have is a lot of our agents who are trying to be visible to the consumer don't have a proper bio. Some of them don't even have a picture online. And it's not because they don't want to do it. It's not because they are lazy. No one has opened their mind to, hey, did you know you have not gone to the ERC and done that? So I'm hoping with this video that I nudge you somehow to realize, oh, this is where I need to go to put my bio. And second, how should I put it together? What is the sequence? What are the ingredients? I think we can do better. And I think we should do it one agent at a time. Can't have everybody do it all at once. We know that. This is why this video is a recording so that hopefully one agent will help another agent do it. One broker will help another broker do it. And hopefully all of us can work together and have a good presence on the internet. Okay. In order for you to gain a lot of insight from this training, I am giving you a handout. It is, just to make sure, it is a 12-page handout. It is designed with spaces in it, and this handout should help you as you're working with this class to take notes. I felt that if you were just watching the video, you may spend a lot of time writing, trying to keep up with everything that is on the screen. I don't want you to do that. But what I'm doing is leaving some gaps in it that you're going to fill out so that you are learning, you're pausing the video, you are absorbing the information, and you end up with something that you can use, hopefully, so that when you put together your bio, you got something to go back to in the future. Now, in order for you to find this handout, you're going to do a couple of things. You're going to pause this video, obviously. You're going to go to this URL, which is called a shortener, bit.ly/exit success bio. It is case sensitive. So the E, the S, and the B are capitalized, and everything else is lowercase. There's also, when you get to that page, of course, If you get to that page, you're already seeing the video. Obviously, that's where the video resides. But you will see a link called Download the Handout. As you're downloading that handout, it will ask you to put in the password. The password for the video and the password for the handout are the same. It is Exit Success 7. So the E is capitalized, the S as in success is capitalized, and the number 7. So go ahead and pause this video and go grab yourself this handout. It's going to prove very useful to you after you finish watching and you actually going to do the work. Now, as you're watching this video, make sure that anytime you see on the screen something that is red and bold, it means that something needs to be filled out. So make sure you have a pen or pencil and fill in the blanks. So far, so good? All right, I hope you're pausing the video. Because this is video, I'm going to continue talking because you can pause it at any time. So let us get into, I want to share with you a quote, an idea for you to kind of ponder, and then we'll get into the meat of an internet marketing bio. If you want to make an easy job seem mighty hard, just keep putting it off. This quote comes from Olin Miller, and it really speaks to sometimes our agents know what to do, but they keep putting it off to do it at the right time. Try to implement your internet marketing bio as quickly as you can. All right, so I'm going to give you 3 questions. I want you to reflect. Reflect means to think. So if you can, you don't have to, because remember, this is a video. Pause this video after I ask you these 3 questions and take notes. Write down everything that comes up to you as I ask you these questions. So question number 1, how do you promote yourself and your real estate expertise? Obviously, you're a realtor. Obviously, you're an exit real estate realtor or an exit realtor. So you are using multiple channels to promote yourself. I mean, the most basic one that you use is probably a business card, correct? But there are other channels. There are things that you can promote yourself on the internet, maybe through print. So the question I have for you, how do you promote yourself and your real estate expertise? The next question I have for you is, what do you think successful real estate agents do to generate business? It's a question you should live with. It's a question you should always have in the background. It's a question whenever you need a mentor like Bob McKinnon or other successful agent. You should be trying to strive to answer that question. What is it that successful real estate agents do to generate business? And finally, what do you need to do to join the top 50% of the people in this industry? You agree with me? We have about, 1.2, 1.3 million agents nationally. What will it take for you to be in the top half? Not the bottom half, the top half. And if you're near the top half, what will it take for you to be in the top 20%? And if you're in the top 20%, what will it take for you to be in the top 10%? And the question is about you always striving to have a vision, a way for you to look at your business. Who am I? What do I want to do? Is my business healthy? Am I good? Is everything okay? You need to be always striving to be the person you want to become. And one of the ways is to challenge yourself. So, ponder this thought. This idea that I'm going to share with you is sometimes forgotten. What if in real estate, the properties don't really matter? The fact that properties change hands between a seller to a buyer or a buyer to a seller, however way they change hands, from a builder to a consumer. What if the changing of hands, which is the concern of consumer, is not your concern? Because you already take care of that. What if We focus on the people who create the conditions for those property to change hands. Let me explain to you what I mean by conditions. Listing agents. Listing agents prospect. And when they prospect, they generate listings. When they get the listing, they do a good job and they try to secure buyers. So they have one side of the transaction, they try to bring other people or other agents to it, and they try to consummate that deal. So our sales force, our agents, are really the most important asset. There are no real estate brokerages without good agents. And our agents are not doing enough to promote themselves. So my question to you, if you're a broker or a team leader, a regional owner, somebody who cares about our talent. Remember, our talent is our agents. The transaction takes care of itself. Give me good talent, the transaction is taken care of. So how would you then sell your sales force? How do you sell your agents? Are you selling your sales force? Are you just selling your brand and your office and forgetting your talent? Are you aware of the internet footprint of your agents? When was the last time, as a broker, as a manager, as somebody, as a nurturer, as a trainer, did you Google your agents and find out how well they're doing? Are they visible? Is their visibility okay? Are they still carrying a picture from 50 years ago when they were like 25 and now they're no longer 25? Are you, the agent, yourself, selling yourself, and how are you doing it? So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to go to exitrealty.com. I'm going to look, I'm going to pick Texas. I'm just going to see what we see. And I'm going to tell you my thoughts, and probably you have your own, and then we'll see what happens, okay? So let me try that. I'm going to go to, I'm going to move this picture out of the way so it doesn't block your view. And I'm going to go to exitrealty.com. And as it's loading, I'm going to go look for agents. I'm going to select Texas. Why not? My friend Bob McKinnon lives in Texas. Why not pick Texas? By the way, it doesn't matter what state. I can pick any state. So I'm picking all of the agents. I just asked, I did what's called a global search for Texas. I mean, I can do more precise search, but this is more like general. All right, so let's look at Andrea. And by the way, I'm not picking on anyone. I'm just doing it randomly. So Andrea has a picture. All right, so at least I know what she looks like. I consider this a professional picture. She has her name, she has her contact information, and there is a form that gets filled out if people want to contact her. Problem is, I'm not seeing any story about her. I'm not seeing her talking about herself. So I'm going to say Andrea is at least somewhere. Let's take, for example, Mr. Cooney. He's a franchisee. I'm going to open his page. Same thing. I get a nice picture, elegant, businesslike, contact information. But something else is missing. There's no bio. So far, nothing in terms of a bio. Let's look at Mr. Cortez. So Joseph, same thing, has a picture, nice smile, has contact information, but nothing else. Now, I guarantee you that Mr. Cortez does not know, or maybe he does and he forgot, that in the ERC, you could actually go in and place your bio. You could actually write something about yourself, link it, have a link to a video, and have it show up there. But he doesn't know that. So let's take somebody, first of all, let's take, for example, Manuel Esparza. Okay, Manuel, for example, I have a contact, but I don't have a picture. So I'm asking myself, maybe this is a person who does not know that you can go to the ERC and upload a picture. But let's look at somebody who at least tried something. I'm going to take this lady, Flor Gonzalez, and let's look at what she did. See, Flor did something. You know what that something is? She added some text right here. She added a description about herself. And you'll notice she has a lovely picture. We have her name. We have her contact information here. But we also have a little bit more. You can see Flor has over 25 years in working with buyers and sellers. First of all, she's a graduate in interior design, which is something I want to know. Do you notice that she now is using her bio to promote herself? Now, everybody else on that list has that chance. They can upload a picture, they can upload a description about themselves, and they can put together what's called an internet marketing bio. And consumers want to know a little bit about you. Your picture is the beginning, but it's not the end. Okay? So today we're going to learn how do I put together a proper internet marketing bio. We need to remember this. We only get one chance to make a good first impression. That's it. Only one chance. So sometimes if we don't give them what they need, because there are other agents, they will go to those agents. So we have to make sure our sales force is promoted properly by having a proper bio. So what are the main ideas or ingredients of a proper bio? Just think of it this way. If you had to create the sauce and put all of the ingredients just right, so you can make the right salsa for the right bio, what would be the ingredients? I'm going to give you the ingredients and I'm going to break them down. Ingredient number 1, market the location. So the first thing that has to occur, the first thing I need to know about you, the realtor, or the franchisee, or the broker, or the administrator. Sometimes we don't promote our administrators, and sometimes they are the rock of our office. The first thing I want to know from you is your market and your location. The second thing I want to know about you is your experience and expertise. Now remember, anything that you see on the screen that is red and bold means that there is a page that matches it, in this case, page 3, where you would write those things down as I go along. So don't hesitate to pause this video and write your notes, okay? So let's continue. So the second thing I want to know about you, besides your local market and your local location where you do business, I want to know your experience and expertise. And then, believe it or not, I want to have some testimonials. I want to know what other people have said about you. The fourth thing I want to know is your agency vision. Tell me where you work and why you work there. I need to know if you're an agent and you work in El Paso, Texas, and you work for a specific office that is in El Paso, an Exit Realty office. Tell me, what brought you there? What is your agency vision? What is it that you're thinking about? What is it that made you work there? And then the last thing, that's what I want you to tell me, your personal vision and your personal commitment. Things like what you like to do, where you were born, what you enjoy. I want to know a little bit about you, so I want to humanize you, so I feel like you're a human being. Now notice what I said. I'm giving them to you in order. Some of you are going, Key, why is that order so important? Why is it that you're emphasizing the order? The order is because this is going to be an internet marketing bio. And people don't care about you until they know what you do. So the order is important because search engine like Google, Bing, Yahoo, when they see a description or when they have an article, they emphasize what is at the top and start de-emphasizing as they go along. Not everything on that page is going to be important, obviously. So if you tell people what you do and where you do it, and your sales experience, you've already won half of the battle. So if you want to be ranking for El Paso, Texas, and you tell me at the beginning, hi, my name is Key. I was born in Mississippi. I've lived in Mississippi for 15 years. And then when I was 15, I moved to Hawaii. By the time you get to El Paso, Google has already indexed you for something else. I am not saying you shouldn't tell me where you were born and the fact that you went to the, you did a biology course or degree in Hawaii. I'm not saying that. I'm saying just put it in the right order. Tell me what you do and where you do it first. Tell me your experience and then get to the rest of it. Humanize yourself last, not first. We want to rank for what we do and where we do it. And because we want the search engine to read our content, we want to make sure we give them the right sequence. Customer first are interested in your expertise, not your golf score. But I'm not saying that your golf score doesn't matter. I'm just saying don't lead with it. Unless you're like the most well-known golf player in the world, then that's a different story. But you get the point. Now, let's talk about what is an internet paragraph. An internet paragraph is a paragraph written for the internet that is about 4 to 5 lines long and usually has 55 to 75 words. I try to stay close to 60. Why is that? People don't read on the internet the same way they read books. Now, you notice this is a book called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. The way it's written, this is what's called writing on a book. You'll notice there's a lot of text because we read books differently than we read text on the internet. In fact, on the internet, I don't consider what we do on the internet reading. I call it skimming. To skim simply means that you are trying to get the best idea very quickly. So if you write with a lot of text that has a lot of information, you're going to overwhelm your reader. So what do? We write in internet paragraphs. And we write them in chunks. 4 to 5 lines, space, 4 to 5 lines, space. And that negative space, that space in between, just like when you look at the screen here, you see there's this paragraph here, and then there's this paragraph here. What makes you focus on the second paragraph are not the words. It's this gap, this negative space, this blank. This blank here helps your eyes rest. So when we write for the internet, we need to learn how to write with the eyes resting. And at the same time, don't hesitate to write in terms of large text. So most text in a book is 12 points. Well, on the internet, don't be afraid to go to 16 points. If you are able to write and make the text larger, it'll be a lot easier. Let's look again at this bio here that we have of Floor. If you look at Floor's text, her text is small. This is called 12 points. I don't think that Floor knows that she can go in, when she goes to the ERC, she can make the text a little bit larger. Maybe she can break it up into 2 paragraphs. Maybe she can take the word interior design and make it bold. Those are all ideas that she can control in her, in the back end of the ERC. So keep these ideas around as you are writing, because we don't write anymore for people to read. I know it sounds contradictory. You're saying, Key, you're asking me to write, but no one is reading it. So why am I writing? We're writing for Google. That's right. We are writing for search engine so they can index us. So if somebody searches, hopefully, something like El Paso Realtor or El Paso Exit Realtor, you come up, not somebody else. We write for the spiders of the internet to index your content. So this is why we want to make the reading easy for the consumer, but at the same time, we want to make it indexable, or what's called in SEO parlance, scrollable. If you can crawl it and index it, you have a chance at ranking it. So don't be afraid of using large text so people can actually read the text, but give them gaps. So as you write in small paragraphs. Don't write these long paragraphs that people cannot read unless you're printing it. Now, if you're printing something like that, that's okay. You can write like a book. But for the internet, leave gaps that allow the eyes to rest. So look at this example. In this example, I took a paragraph that has about 8 lines, took that same paragraph, broke it into 2, gave them about 4 and 4, and you'll notice what I did. The only thing I changed is not the text, is I took this 8 paragraph, divided it into 2, and because I have a gap in between, you can breathe, you can take a breather. So imagine if you were writing and you did that, and imagine you made some text bold, and some text italic, maybe a hyperlink. All of a sudden, people can feel like they can read it very quickly. Okay? Keep those ideas in mind as you write your bio. So, remember I gave you 5 ideas. There are 5 ingredients to your bio. Let's talk about ingredient number 1. What is ingredient number 1? Ingredient number 1 is called market driven. Here's how I say it. Tell me what you do and where you do it. Don't tell me you're a realtor. That's not good enough. Don't tell me you're a realtor in Texas. That's not good enough. You need to tell me what you do and where you do it. Something like, I'm a realtor in El Paso, Texas, and I specialize in these 10 neighborhoods. You can mention them, or 5 neighborhoods, whatever it is. Each one of you has a primary location, maybe with a secondary location or something. So you need to remember that the first thing people want to know is what you do and where you do it. Now, this is the thing that makes agents worry the most. They're always afraid, man, dude, if I mention El Paso, I may lose Dallas. So maybe I should say nothing. I'm going to say, hey, I'm a realtor in Texas. Talk to me. This way I can have all of it. But to be honest with you, here's the problem with that thinking. No one searches for Texas real estate. No one. No one goes, honey, we're moving to Texas. Let's search for real estate. No, they don't do that. They go, what do you think? Are you thinking Houston? Are you thinking about Dallas? Are you thinking about El Paso? Are you thinking about, you know, what are you thinking about? People search by location or big location, something like that, around what's called a center of gravity. So you can say you're a realtor in Charlotte, North Carolina, specializing in Matthews and a couple of other areas around it. But if you say, I'm a Florida realtor, you know, want to buy real estate in Florida? Hey, talk to me. If I knew people were searching by Florida real estate, I would say, oh, you're good to go. They don't. People are either thinking about moving around Tampa, around Orlando, maybe Fort Lauderdale, maybe Miami, maybe Jacksonville. They know approximately what they want to move. So you talking about what you do and where you do it is going to be very helpful. Please don't paralyze yourself going, I don't know what to say. It's very simple. Start where you are. If your office is in Jacksonville, Florida, just say that. I am a realtor in Jacksonville, Florida. I specialize in Jacksonville, the beaches of Jacksonville, Orange Park, and maybe some other location that you do. Got it? So don't paralyze yourself about what you do. If by any chance you are an agent who has some specific farming areas, like neighborhoods that you farm, go ahead and mention them. You want to become the local expert. We no longer live in an age of a know-it-all. You are not a realtor that's going to do business everywhere. You're going to be a realtor with a local knowledge. And the more focused your local knowledge, the better it is. So consider that. Let me give you an example. This is an example of, let's take this franchisee. Her name is Marion Sparks. And listen what she says. I specialize in assisting buyers and sellers throughout the Hampton Roads area, with most of my emphasis placed on Virginia Peninsula, including Newport News, Hampton, Yorktown, York County, Pocassin, hopefully I'm saying it correctly, Williamsburg, James City County, and surrounding area. See, I get an idea of where she does business. She mentioned the county. She mentioned some location because she's the franchisor. That's an example. Let's look at another example. This realtor happens to be Steve Manley. And you'll notice that Steve has two paragraphs. He starts one with a kind of a question, kind of engaging you in reading his stuff. And then he says, our team can help you navigate the confusion of mortgages, home values in Middle Tennessee, including, and then he goes to his primary cities, Franklin, Brentwood, Spring Hill, Nashville, and South Nashville. Something like that. So you get the feeling for what Mr. Manley does. He does it in Middle Tennessee, more specifically the Franklin, Brentwood, Spring Hill area. Now, can he do business in Knoxville? Of course he can. He's licensed in the state. But Knoxville, I don't know, is like 600 miles away. I mean, that would be silly. No one in Knoxville is going, let me hire somebody in Nashville to help me buy or sell a house. That makes no sense. So start focusing locally. I hope I drove the point. By the way, this is the hardest thing that agents do. Agents are always afraid that if they say something, they're going to lose something else. I have a joke that I tell people. Agents are the only group of people I've ever met on the planet who are always afraid of losing business they don't have. So if you told them, hey, work this neighborhood, they go, well, how about that one? I want this one and that one. Oh, while you're at it, I want that one too. It's our industry. So try your best with this one. Now, the second grouping of paragraphs that you're going to put together, or one paragraph, is going to be focusing on your experience. In essence, tell me your real estate experience. Now, this can be hard for some of you, and I already know that. Some of you are new to the business. You may be going, but Key, what am I going to say? I'm brand new. I cannot tell them I'm brand new. No, don't tell them that. Instead of writing this paragraph as an I, you're going to write it as a we. I work for Exit Realty El Paso, and we've been in business, we, the company, been in business 10 years, 15 years, however long it's been. We have this much experience. So if you're new, this part of your experience, you're going to write with your broker until you build up your own experience. So you're going to sit down with your broker and say, this guy called Key is asking me to talk about my sales experience and my real estate experience, and I have none. And he said, write in terms of a we. We are the team. We do this. We've been in business 15 years. We have sold thousands of homes in El Paso, Texas. We have been awarded whatever it is. So instead of you saying I, you say we. Now, you as an agent get to decide how to speak. You cannot mislead. You have to be very clear with clients. People, but you don't have to tell them, hey, I'm a brand new agent. I don't know what I'm doing. By the way, can I help you sell your house? You just told them not to work with you. You're not going to do that, of course. But what you're going to do, you're going to say, I work now with a team. I have a whole team behind me. My broker, my other colleagues, we all work together. Let me help you with your real estate needs. Don't forget to mention, for those of you who have experience, or for the agency who has experience, to include your awards, your designations, your recognitions, your affiliations, your professional groups that you are a part of, second languages you speak that you think are relevant. So anything that you do that could be relevant to your experience in real estate, you can talk about. you can put these things in bullet points. So people will go, oh. And if you do mention a designation like SRES, tell people what that is. Don't put the initial without telling what it is. Write what that stands for. Don't just write ABR. Write something that tells people what ABR means. So that section is called Tell Me About Your Real Estate Experience. And for those of you who are new, tell me about the company you work with and what is the company real estate experience. Example number 1, you'll notice in this one, I have been in real estate business in the peninsula area of Hampton Roads, Virginia since 2005. In that time, I've increased my skills and knowledge in industry getting my broker's license. I am an accredited buyer representative, ABR. I have SRS, which is seller representative specialty. I focus on technology. You'll notice that this person is talking about their experience and how long they've had it. Since 2005, that's 10 years. That's pretty good. It doesn't matter how long it is, as long as you're talking about it. Example number 2, this one I've been selling real estate full-time for the past 15 years. In 2009 and 2010, I was the only agent in Rhode Island to be awarded the Platinum Club designation from Exit Realty. So you notice he's telling you about his experience. He's telling you the fact that he was with the Sapphire Circle of Excellence. So he's giving you a sense of his wherewithal. Okay? So that's the second idea. Tell me about your real estate experience. Let's go to the third one. The third one is very important. People forget this one all the time. I don't know why. Tell me what others have said about you. That's really what a testimonial is. A testimonial simply means somebody else enjoyed working with you, you produce the results for them, and they're saying, high five, well done. But we don't want to write in this bio, we don't want the whole testimonials. What we want are snippets of testimonials. But testimonials are huge, and the best time to get testimonials is when the deal just closed. The moment you either give them the keys or their check, if they're buyers or they're seller, you ask about a testimonial right then and there. And the best ones are video testimonials. Don't be afraid of asking video testimonials. In fact, you should not ask for a testimonial. Here's what you should say. You should say something like this. I really enjoyed working with you. Tell me how you feel about this transaction. Tell me how you feel about you buying this house or selling the house. If you ask people that question, trust me, they will include you. They will say, man, you helped us pick the right house for our family. The school district is exactly what we're looking for. So whatever they say, if you ask them about how they feel about the transaction, they will tell you how good you were helping them. Now, this is assuming you've done a good job. If you haven't done a good job, next time, do a good job. So people give you a testimonial. Now, a testimonial that you're going to put in these here should be snippets of 2 or 3, and you can add a link to all of your testimonials. So if you have a website where you gather all of your testimonials, which you will put the whole text, pick snippets, and then give people a link to read more. 3 snippets is enough. People will know this person is in the game. Now, put the first name of the person. So let's say it's John Smith. Put the first name of John, but don't put their last name. John S. and the location where the transaction happened, whether they're buy or sell. A general one, not an address, like John S., El Paso, Texas. Now, some of you would be tempted to say, since I don't have testimonials, maybe I'll make some stuff up. With the internet, it will come back and haunt you in the future. Trust me, don't do that. Because all it takes is somebody going, who is the, this person is new, does not have any sales. How come they're talking about this? I'm going to take them to the board of realtors. Do not lie on the internet. You try to lie on the internet. You can get away with it for months, maybe a year, but eventually it'll come back and haunt you more than you know. So don't build your business on sand. Let's say you don't have testimonials. What do? The same thing. You're going to go to your broker and say, listen, I want to share a few testimonials of people who have said something about the company. And your broker or administrator will say, oh, we got that. But here's what you're going to say. I work for Exit Realty in El Paso, and this is what people have said about us. Not about me, about us. And as you start building up your testimonials, then you can start using your own testimonials in your feed. Got it? Never lie, never make up, always tell the truth. Always back it up so that you don't get in trouble. Now, an example, well, this one is simple. I gave you 3 here. This agent has 3 of them. You know, we took a snippet. You know, we took the first name of the person, Christina M., and where it happened, Providence, Rhode Island. The second one is Frances L. Where? In Warwick, Rhode Island. And you'll notice she says, thank you so much for your help in selling our home. It is finally done, and we have the check in our hand. I want your company to know what a tremendous job you did. I mean, that's powerful. Testimonials are powerful. Do you know that testimonials are so powerful that I include them in my open houses? You know how you create that open house flyer? I always have a box somewhere where I add a testimonial of what somebody else has said about me in the past. Because what I want cheerleaders, and I want the people to cheerlead me are my past clients. I want my past clients to build me up with my new clients. Okay? So this one is easy. The 4th idea that we're going to talk about is called your agency. In essence, I want you to tell me who you work for and what are the values of your company. Tell me why you work there. Why did you pick them? This paragraph should normally the person who should help you with it usually is the broker, maybe the administrator, maybe the manager. You should sit down and discuss the company, the vision of the company. Who are we? The franchise, Exit Realty International. But don't overdo it. For example, it may not be appropriate for you to spend 2-3 paragraphs talking about 1075. That's not the place for it. But you can have a link to it. You should talk about the brokerage, what it's located, how long the company has been in business, what we do, how we do it, why, who brought you to the company. Maybe you were sponsored by another agent. Let's say his name is Robert, and you talk about Robert, how Robert is getting a lot of training, and then he passed it on to you, and now you're getting training, and you're getting technology expertise. Talk about the values of your company. Tell me why you work there. Don't talk about your split. Don't say, I work here because I make a lot of money. People don't care. Remember, this bio is for consumers. So it's not about the money you make. It's about the expertise, the training, the thoughtfulness, the vision, the guidance. For example, the kind of thing you learn from Bob McKinnon when he tells you how to do presentation. For those of you, for example, who take his training called the Ambassador Program, in that program, you learn how to present. By the way, presenting is an essential skill to being a good listing agent and buyer's agent. All of these skills are connected, but don't overdo it. I've seen people go paragraph over paragraph talking about 1075 and retirement benefits and stuff like that. It almost becomes like a recruitment for other realtors. Don't do that. Talk a little bit about it, but not too much. Example number 1, you'll notice in this one, Exit Prestige Realty talks about the fact that they are in Southern California, that the organization has been around since 1996. She talks about where the company is located. This happens to have been put together by Melinda Harris. She is in Southern California. And you'll notice that she's talking about the company, the individual, the training, the satisfaction, the challenges. She's talking about the company. Another one about the agency bio. This one is a broker that talks about the office and how it's fully integrated and networked with the communication tools. The fact that they are located in Granada, California. They talk about what their vision for the company and how they help their agent get more expertise, but also have fun in the office. Okay, so think about what you would add. If you're an agent, you probably want to sit with your broker and say, hey, can you help me put together, I want to describe a little bit about the company because I want to talk about me working here. Finally, the fifth idea is called your personal commitments, vision, value. This one is where you talk about the stuff that maybe you were born in Alabama and you went to school there and you got your degree in interior design, and the fact that one of the things you enjoy doing is playing golf, and that you're part of a golf club, and a lot of the people you work with enjoy sharing that with you, or the fact that you attend a particular church and you enjoy doing that, and the fellowship that you have in the community. This is where I want to know a little bit about yourself to humanize you. Don't lay it down too thick, but just give me a sense of, your commitments. Maybe this is a paragraph where you talk about what gets you excited about real estate. What is it, you get satisfied when a client closes and you give them the keys and you see the joy in their face and you get moved and you realize this is the American dream. The American dream is about helping another person achieve their dream and, find the home of their dreams, or own their piece of the land somewhere in Texas or California. Those kind of ideas are about you. So what I want in that paragraph, I'm not looking for something very profound. I just want to humanize you. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Okay? And your vision for your business. The fact that you're driven. The fact that you work hard. Whatever it is that you want to talk about, that would be an example. So example number one, you'll notice that this woman is talking about the fact that she was in the military. So she has some insight and logistical understanding and emotional connection with the stress of family movings, going from one location to the other. Also, the fact that she is a first or second generation American. All of these things connect to you humanizing yourself. You can talk about the fact that you're married, or maybe not. These are not as important. You have to pick that angle that you want to share. By the way, this is the paragraph that most people put first, which is a mistake. They tell you, hi, my name is Key. I was born in let's say, Huntington Beach, California. By the way, I was not. So, you guys know I have an accent, so that's not true. So I was born in Huntington Beach, California. I was a surfer for many years before I went to school in Seattle. And I happened to be working in Wilmington. It's like, wait a second, you were born in California. You went to Seattle, Washington for your degree. Now you're going to tell me where you work? That, what most people do first, should be last. I know. And you know why? Remember, the spiders. Okay? So this is example number one. This is a second example. This woman is from the Philippines. She talks about the fact that she and her family migrated to Southern California when she was 12. She talks about the fact that she speaks 2 languages. She talks about that her husband is an NFL fan. She talks about her kids. She is humanizing her experience in California. That would be an example. By the way, all of these things are in your handout. So this is why I wanted to do this video with a handout so that you can have examples in front of you. Now, let's talk about your name. Mention your name in your bio at least 3 times, but no more than 5. 3 times is usually the right number. In the first paragraph, you're going to mention your name. Obviously, you're going to introduce yourself. My name is, and you're going to put in your name. If you want to place your name somewhere else, you could go in the section of testimonials. You can say testimonials about, and then put in your full name. And then at the end, that last paragraph where you talk about yourself a little bit, you can say a little bit about and put in your name. You can say a little bit about me, comma, and put in your name. So we want your name to appear 3 times because we want the indexing and the crawlers to grab that information so you'll be highly indexed for that information. Now, let me talk about a controversial topic that a lot of people bring up. Do you write your bio in first person or do you write it in third person? Let me first describe what those things are. First person is when you're writing as yourself. Hi, my name is Key Assad. I am an internet strategist. That's called you're writing in first person. Writing in third person goes something like this. Key Assad is a real estate internet strategist. He's been in the business since 1983. He works with agents. He coaches business. Remember, that's called third person. Now, for the most part, there's this belief that if somebody writes in third person, you sound important. Like somebody else is talking about you. So now your ego can go up and you go, ooh, they're talking about me, right? That's called writing in third person. The problem is, ever since the internet, especially with social media, we don't talk in third person, we talk in first person. The only person I can think of who can talk in third person, who should be written about in third person, is Steve Morris. He has a whole team of people who write on his behalf. So they write about him. Whereas you are going to meet with people. So you want to know that they want to meet you. So if you write in first person, you're saying you're going to talk to me. Unless you're a team leader and you don't want to talk to people and you have a team of people who talk on your behalf, then you can say things like, Blair Myers has been in the business 25 years and he has a team of 15 agents, 2 agents, 5 agents, 2 administrators. So what he's saying is, this is who I am. I don't talk to you. I have a whole team of people in front of you to interact with you. If you don't know how to write your bio, trust me, write it in first person. Because if you're talking to people, if you're going to interact with people, tell them that you're available. Hi, my name is Key. Whereas if you don't want to talk to people and you have a secretary, hi, his name is Key. You want to talk to him? Talk to me first. Okay? You get to decide. There is, as far as Google, it doesn't matter. The ranking does not change. Either first person or third person. It's just your preference on how you connect with people. Make sure you mention your website in your bio and try to link it. I'm going to say something very quickly and not delve into it too much, but I want to make sure you understand this. If you have a website, and in your website, you've already created landing pages, connect the cities to the proper landing pages. If you don't know what a landing page is, make sure at some point you take a course on understanding what those things are, and then this way you can connect your bio. It is not important, but it's very strategic. So make sure at least you mention your website somewhere. If you have a website called johnsmith.com or johnsmithrealtor.com, make sure you link something, maybe your name, maybe a location to that website. Got it? So make sure you link your website at least once. Make sure also that you have a picture of yourself in your bio that looks like you today. not something from 10 years ago, 20 years ago. It's okay to look like you do now. You don't have to rely on pictures from the past. Be yourself. Let me give you some final thoughts, and then we're going to look at some examples. Be unique. Be yourself. I've already told you that Google likes content, unique content. Try not to copy someone else's bio and just change some of the locations. No, that would be silly. That's not unique. Google likes unique content. Write like yourself. Be yourself. If you have a fear of writing, that's okay. Record yourself. Get yourself a dictaphone or get your smartphone, and instead of writing, record yourself, then transcribe it, which means just type it. By the way, can I talk to the brokers for just a second? If you're the broker and your agents are frozen, they're like, I don't know where to start. Tell them, don't worry. Come to my office. Sit down with them and interview them. Have a recorder recording the conversation. Don't write. No. Just have the questions, engage them in conversation, get to know them, let them talk. As long as the recorder is taking everything, then give it to somebody to transcribe and then clean it up and turn it into a proper bio. So the interview, the recording, all of this should help you, right? Because I know you guys are realtors. And as realtors, you love talking, not necessarily writing. Writing is not a skill you've developed on a regular basis. But you like to interact and talk to people. Okay? So record. Now let me give you some sample bios. Mike Grumbles has an interesting bio. By the way, those are hyperlinks. They are case sensitive. So bit.ly, Mike Grumbles. So let's look at it just quickly. All right. So Mike Grumbles' URL is, let me move this out of the way for just a sec. I'm going to type in bit.ly and then / Mike Grumbles, and let's see what happens. This is his bio. This is Mike Grumbles, the relocation engineer with Exit Realty. You'll notice that he has a description here when he talks about himself. He talks about Williamson County, Tennessee, Franklin, Brentwood. You'll notice that by the way, his bio is very elaborate. You'll notice that he shares with you videos of testimonials. These videos here are all testimonials from his past clients. So what he did, he took his bio in his website and he expanded it. I mean, he included all kinds of testimonials from other clients because he understood that clients, when they see other people happy who have done a good job with him, they go, I want to work with him. Let's look at another one. So that's number one. The next one is Michael Bray. This one happens to be on Exit Realty website. So let's go look at it. Again, remember, the shortener is bit.ly / Michael Bray. Now, Michael Bray has this bio on the internet. You'll notice that he gives you a description of what he is. He gives you the things that he belongs to. If I were him, if I was coaching him and giving him advice, I would say, make the text a little bit larger. Try to find something per paragraph that make it bold, something that stands out. Don't forget to hyperlink your locations if you have locations mentioned in here. But you notice that his bio is a little bit more than the other pages we looked at. He has his name, his experience. You could actually do something with this man. You could decide, hey, listen, I know where he does business. Let's talk to him. He is going to be easily found as a person online. Let's look at another one. The other one would be Steve Kramer. Steve Kramer has a bio, and let's go look at it. Now he uses a different website. I hope he has already put it on Exit International. So what he has is this. So let's go Michael Bray. I mean, we did Steve Kramer. So remember, bit.ly/Steve Kramer. And if I go to Steve Kramer, you'll notice that his website will come up, and we're going to find his bio within his website. And you'll notice he followed the steps. He mentions the location like Broomfield, Westminster, and Thornton, Colorado. He talks about his experience. He talks about the 3 testimonials. He talks about the vision of his company. And he gives you a sense of everything. Let's take, for example, another agent in his office. This other agent, her name is Skeeter Wilson. If I go to Skeeter Wilson's webpage, you'll notice that she gives me her name. She tells me that she specializes in the Denver metro area, including Boulder, Broomfield, Westminster. So I have location. You'll notice she's talking about her designations. She put them in bullet points. You'll notice she's sharing with me 3 testimonials. I consider this an excellent, excellent bio. I can tell very quickly who she is, what she does, and where she does it, and what her experience is. And if I'm interested as a consumer to hire her, it's a lot easier for me to find her. So let's finish up. There's one more person I want to share with you. And what he did, he actually added a video. Steve Manley not only has a bio, he also added a video intro. It will look something like this. So let's go look at it. This is bit.ly/Steve Manley. And you'll notice that in his bio, he tells you his locations, which we already know he focuses on, Franklin and all these locations like Brentwood, Spring Hill. And you'll notice he has an intro video. And if you play the video, it's going to come up introducing himself and
looking to work
give
with somebody
you a
who
sense.
loves what they do. Well, you found him. My name is Steve Manley, and I'm team leader at My Search Fund.
I'll let you watch it on your own, but this is an example of taking a bio that you've written and then turning it into a video introducing yourself. And the places you want that video to be is, of course, YouTube, Facebook, and anywhere else that you control, like your website, like your broker's website. Every agent should have a way to do a video. Now, I'm not saying you should. A lot of you are not ready for video. I understand. But if you write the bio, the video will be so easy to make if you need to make it. So let me wrap up this session. I know I'm giving you a lot of information. I'm trying to encourage you to actually do this. What are the bio ingredients? Let's just recap them very quickly. What is the first one? Market and location. Tell me what you do and where you do it. The second one, experience and expertise. Tell me about your real estate experience. The third one, testimonials. Tell me what others have said about you. Number 4, your agency vision. Tell me who you work for and your company values, or something like why you work there, kind of an idea. And finally, your personal vision and commitment. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Those are all the ingredients that you're going to do. So what are the steps to putting together a bio? First, write your long bio as soon as you can. Don't delay. Delaying will not get it done. Do not paralyze yourself with the need for perfection. You can always go back and edit it. The worst thing you can do is not have one. Hyperlink it. If you have a website, link your website. If you don't have a website, this is not about you getting a website or not. If you don't have a website, your broker has a page for you. Link that. Link something that exists either at your level, your brokerage level, or at the corporate level, like Exit Realty. Before you distribute your bio, please don't forget this step. This is very important. Run this bio by your broker. Let your broker review it and to help you tweak it. And by the way, brokers, please make the time for your agents to bring this stuff to you and meet with them. Do it like right then and there. Stop this emailing nonsense. Meet with them, discuss it, enhance it, make it better. Place your bio in all of the channels of visibility. What are they? Well, the first one is your website, if you have one. If you don't have one, put it in the website of your company, obviously. And finally, please go to your administrator, ask him or her to help you log into the ERC and place it over there. The ERC stands for Exit Resource Center. You should be, because you already are with Exit, you already have access to that login. If you don't know how to log in, trust me, your admin or your broker knows how to do that. Try to do that as soon as you can. Can you imagine if every agent in Texas had a business picture, a proper bio, even better, a video, where all of us can promote ourselves to the world? Can you imagine that? I have yet to find a state that has taken that on and go, let's go all the way. Let's help each agent have a proper bio. Reflect on this final thought. Much of the stress that people feel doesn't come from having too much to do. It comes from not finishing what they have started. So they start something, but they never finish it. So you always feel like in a rut. You feel like you've never finished it. By the way, this comes from this gentleman called David Allen. Let's see. He has this book called Getting Things Done. An excellent book for you if you want to become somebody who gets things done. This is an excellent book for you to consider. I hope this video helped you. And I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you, guys. And thank you, Bob. Bye.